Good evening, everybody. This is your boy, Rock Rockefeller, broadcasting to you live from Chicago on my podcast here on Anchor. Rockefeller's Radio, or Rock's Voice Radio. I know it's kind of confusing because I'm always switching things up, but you know who I am and you know what I do. So it's been a while, as you all know, since the last time I recorded a podcast. I keep saying how I want to keep doing it and start doing it, then something comes up and it kind of distracts me, and then I get off to doing other things, and then it's like I forget completely about the fact that I told y'all that I was going to still continue doing the videos. So it's been a while. My bad. For all of you that are just now tuning in, I want to say Merry Christmas, and I hope that you all were able to spend time with your family during the holidays. And since the last time that I was on here, I hope that you all had a great Thanksgiving as well. Like I said, I know it's late. It's been a long time since I've been able to do a podcast recording. Just a little update on a few things that's been going on since the last time I've done a podcast recording for you guys here on Anchor and for the Rockefeller's Rock's Boys podcast. A few things has happened. I recently announced my retirement from the adult film industry. To a lot of people, I know that it was a surprise because I did something similar like that before, but I ended up coming back into the industry and started doing it. It wasn't for any specific reason, I guess, besides the fact that I missed doing it. I missed making people happy and providing that good entertainment. There's so much that's going on out there. I know that you guys can watch from, people that have like OnlyFans account and just for fans account. I like giving that real, natural quality adult film entertainment that I've always done since I've gotten into the industry. For those that like to have the actual adult film stars, versus some of the good amateurs that are out there. Also, during the time that I had retired, which is another reason why I retired from the adult film industry, was I wanted to get into politics. As the 2020 election started to approach and I started to see different things that were going on, within our country, with the current president and how he was doing things, there was a fire that was, I guess, lit within inside me that made me feel that I wanted to be more involved. And I jumped right in. Like I threw myself out there and said, hey, I want to be president of the United States. And it was a legitimate goal that I wanted to reach for. And I'm known for reaching for like the highest, things to do. Like I'm always reaching to do the highest, even though sometimes people could say, oh, that's a pretty big far reach. But I didn't care because that's just something that I wanted to at least attempt to. And some might look back at it and be like, well, you really didn't get far. You didn't do much. You weren't in the debates or anything like that. And I admit that's true. I didn't. There was some on social media when I did have the page for my candidacy. And when I announced it, it was expected. But a lot of people took me for a joke. They said it wasn't real. And it was real. It was real to me. It was real to a lot of people that supported me and what I wanted to do. I made a big announcement to my family about what I was thinking about doing. And even though I did not get far with it, the little that I did do, because a lot of stuff that was going on the back end that many don't know, aside from me putting out images, I had a Twitter account that was created, and I talked about it. I put together even policies that I would like to that I wanted to enforce and act and present to the people as far as my ideals as becoming the leader of the free world is, of what my thoughts were on how we can fix a lot of the issues that we were having on or going on within our country. But it doesn't just stop there. I know that even with not being able to go as far as I wanted to, and I'll continue to explain more in depth on that as to what had me to kind of step back, was that I saw that there was going to be a long path, which I was ready for. I'm not saying that I was a quitter or am a quitter, and that's not something that's in my mind. It's still in my heart. It's still in my mind. But I also had came to realization that it's going to take a lot more than just me doing it by myself and the few people that were standing behind me to push me to do it, that I need to be a lot more prepared on being able to take a step like that and jumping and saying, hey, I want to be president. But it was a real want. It was something that I wanted to do. It was something that I felt that I could make a change. And if you all go to, I don't know if it's I think it's still up there, site that was made for me. It's I believe the link was Richard Cooper 2020.org or 2020.com. One of those two. If you check it out, you might be able to see some things on there that will kind of give you a little bit of feedback on what it was that I was doing. So if you look at that and then you listen to or you read a lot of stuff that I had on there, it'll be able to give you an idea of what my thoughts were as I was considering running for president of the United States for 2020. Now, mind you, there are a lot of great candidates that are currently running in the race. I will say, right now that, my top pick is Joe Biden. One of the things that I've always talked about, when I was discussing with friends on groups, is that people will do their best to try to bring out the worst about a person, the negative things about a person, in order to make them look like they're not fit to be leader of the country. They're not fit to be president of the United States, not fit to be a leader of the free world, without looking at what it is that they're looking to do or wanting to do to change to make things better. That should be the main focus, not trying to figure out how can you go around and point out every single piece of dirt or thing. And I was waiting for it. I'm not saying that, I'm the saint. I've had my fair share of problems. I've had shit in my past, that I'm not a fan of or fond of. But at the same time, I wasn't afraid to let those things come out. It's public knowledge. Everybody has access to, if you know what you're looking for and who you're looking for to find stuff out on, you're going to easily be able to find it. I ain't that hard to find, it's no big secret who I am and what I do. So me being in the dope film industry did not frighten me or make me think that people were going to think of me differently. So that's why, I'm still firm on my belief that, we definitely need to get someone, that will be leading our country, that will take us in a different direction than where we've been going. Because in my personal opinion, our country's been going downhill. He's made Donald Trump has made a lot of bad decisions, and he's made bonds with people that, have not been our allies and has not, done anything that would be beneficial to our country with any type of, or creating any type of partnership or negotiations with certain people, Kim Jong-un, Putin. It's just ridiculous. And all we can do is kind of sit from the sidelines and just watch as these things continue to unfold. It's like a circus. So, again, that being said, and it wasn't something that I had to step up and do. I'm backing out from, running for president since 2020, because I don't feel I made it that far to where it had to be something announced. But I'm telling you guys now and here, those that are tuned in to this podcast, that I am not going to continue and have not continued pushing for running for president in 2020. There are thoughts of me doing it for 2024. But even as I've sat back over the past few months and said that there might be other things that I want to get involved in, maybe on a local level, city council one day, perhaps an alderman or mayor, of a town. And right now I'm currently in Chicago. That's why I'm doing my podcast to you guys now from. But all of those of you who have stood behind me and have given your support, I appreciate your tweets, your inbox to, my Facebook when I had the page, for the my running and stuff. I appreciate that. The radio shows, FNL Radio, that supported me and did the interviews. A good friend of mine, AJ, did an interview with me, and we talked about, what it was that I see as far as what direction I want to take our country. And I appreciate him doing the interview for me. And I just, it wasn't a thing where I looked at it as a game or as it's a joke and I was trying to get attention, because I wasn't. I was legitimately looking to run for president of the United States of America and felt that someone like me, regardless of the involvement in the adult film industry, that I could, work to make change. Nothing that was going to happen overnight, but it was something that I was interested in. So that way a lot of people don't seem confused. Oh, I thought you were doing this. That's the background behind that. So now I'm back and focusing on doing other things. I'm not, again, active in the adult film industry. I'm still on the back end, doing things like editing, some filming here and there, but I'm not actively in front of the camera. Although a lot of people have asked me to, I have not considered about doing it, but I'm still doing what I can to bring on the new faces, the new talent, to, provide for you guys enjoyment. Then other things that's been going on in the works is the fact that there is a reality show called Chasing Dallas Season 2. I've been taking part in the filming of that during the past few months before I left Dallas, because I left Dallas in late October and moved back to Chicago. And I'm happy here doing that. In addition, the season, I'm assuming, is going to be coming out. It's starting probably early January 2020. I'm not one of the main cast members, but I do partake in the show itself. I do make some appearances and some special events like that. I can't go into detail and talk about it or talk about my thoughts or my views of being on the show. That'll be saved for a later date. I'm going to talk to the producers of the show and stuff like that and find out a little bit more in detail, look into the contracts and stuff, things I can and can't talk about until after the show airs. So be looking out for that. Make sure you go to YouTube, subscribe to the Chasing Reality series. They also have a Chasing Atlanta. You may want to check that out too as well. But again, the only reason why I'm putting that out there and mentioning Chasing Dallas Season 2 is because I care about my image. I am featured on a few episodes, and hopefully you guys are able to check that out. When you get a chance and when it goes off release. There's a couple teasers that have been released that are available on YouTube. Just search Chasing Dallas Season 2 and you'll be able to check out any of the trailers that are up there available for you guys. I am looking to be doing some more podcasts. I know I'm not good at keeping up and doing that, but I'm going to try my best to continue doing the podcast for you guys and maybe have some special guests that will be able to join me and participate. I ask that you continue showing your support. Make sure you follow my Instagram. It's under Rock Rockefeller. You can also follow the Rockefellers Entertainment Twitter, which is at Rockefellers, ROCKAFELLAZ. Also check out the Rocks Boys Twitter. It's at Rocks Boys, ROCKSBOYSXXX. Of course, if you're not over the age of 18, I would not suggest you check it out because you know how Twitter is. You know what we do with Rockefellers Entertainment. So if you want, just beware, age of 18 or older. And again, on the Instagram, make sure you follow and check us out. And if you haven't had a chance to check out the site, rocksboys.com, go ahead and check it out. A lot of great content on there. You can go ahead and sign up for a special membership of only $9.97 per month right now. About to go into a new year with a lot more new stuff coming. I appreciate you guys tuning into today's podcast. It is December 28th, 2019. I'm going to be signing out. I know you can't see me right now, but I am giving you the deuces. Thanks for listening.